What up? So we are going to for sure talk about this cover. A lot of y'all have asked me to do a video about it, mainly because I did do a tweet basically saying, what is this? So we'll get into that here in a little bit. First, I want to thank all of you for showing up to the stream, all the Macs that, we played a lot of the Avengers upcoming game and had so much fun playing that. I did like a 20-minute review, takeaways video. If you want to go check that out, go into detail on what to expect out of the beta, because there will be an open beta. So what to expect out of the beta, what are my expectations? I'm a comic book guy. Who is this game for? The potential, all of that I discuss in greater detail. Probably tonight we will be playing it again, just to kind of mess around with it to see what we got. So thank you guys for tuning in. You guys are amazing. It was fun, and can't wait to do it again. We'll be streaming it a lot once the game comes out, so be ready for that. But today we got to talk about this cover. So many angles that I could take from this. But DC came out with a tweet, only one word for the Wonder Woman 1984 Rooster Teeth variant cover by Robin Eisenberg. Rad. And this is what it is. Of course, they are getting ratioed to the oblivion because of this. But it's a crappy, it's a crappy cover. Let's just be 100 with it. It's a crappy cover. It's goofy. And for them to, this is, the Wonder Woman 1984 thing is, what they're trying to tie into the movie and stuff like that. So it's not like, I don't want to say it's just a throwaway book, because it is a tie-in, but to the movie. But look, man, what the hell is this? I'm almost at a loss for it, because I'm like, what is this? Whose bright idea was that? And this is why, even though I'm not that generally critical of the artwork of a book or anything, I guess let me mention that if I hadn't already. If I'm talking about the artwork, I've discussed this in videos before, then something has to be going on that is either very bad or it's so amazing that I thought it worth talking about. I can tolerate a lot of different forms of artwork, mainly because I read the books for the story, and breaking down what's happening. And if the artwork is semi-decent, you're not gonna hear anything coming from me. The only time I generally comment on the artwork is when it's so terrible that I have to, or it's so amazing that I want you to know about it. This obviously falls on the former, and that this is what the hell. What is this? It's a tie-in. Obviously, I'd imagine you're trying, because this comes out, next month, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I know the issue 1, I believe, comes out next month. I don't know when the movie comes out, but, you think that they would be trying to at least utilize this to really get things going, right? Get people excited, get people stoked. And then they give you this for the cover. Like, all right, let's just assume that I didn't see this, and I go to the comic book shop and I'm looking at different variants of the book. Why would I even, this will turn me off in the sense of that I'm not reading this garbage. Like, why would you, if I was just the guy that goes to the comic book shop, picks a book or two, and I didn't have a pull list. But what is this? It does not resemble Wonder Woman in any sense in terms of how we traditionally see her. I know some people are talking about how she's built bad. Like, I will say that. And that she's built like a, when I say bad, I mean in like a traditional sense of what we expect out of Wonder Woman. Even with 1984, which you're talking about Gal Gadot and how she looks, obviously this is like on the opposite end of the spectrum. Gal Gadot is really slim. This person is not that. But the artist, who her name is Robin Eisenberg, does a lot of goofy stuff like this in the terms of her artwork that she does. I went and looked her up. She does stuff like this. right? She does a lot of when I was looking on her page, she's really into the lesbianism thing. Okay, whatever. And she goes out of her way to try to draw, I guess, women that she like hyper emphasizes like stretch marks and stuff like that. Even in her more like cartoony, let's say, drawings and artwork. She, like I say, is that's kind of her thing. I'm like, whatever. And some people comment on it. And I saw like on one of her little deals. She's like, "Oh, I love that you draw your women thick with 2 C's." It's like some chick said that. It's like, look, man, come on, bros. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that that's what she came up with. But that's not the problem, right? If this was her own work and she was like, "Oh, this is my depiction of Wonder Woman that I did," yeah, I'd be like, "This is trash." But whatever, man. It's the fact that this is coming out for something that has DC, in the top left corner. So you're looking at it like, why in the hell would you authorize this? And this was the best that y'all could get. Y'all know what this is, right? All right, cool. Y'all know. I just wanted to see if y'all knew, but y'all knew. Like this is an absolute disgrace of a cover. But there's a lot of women that draw in today's comics that do emphasize that type of thing. Like they want to draw women that have less curves. No, not have less curves. Yeah, I mean in a sense, but more so like that are built non-athletic, because they think that, I guess, the women that have been drawn, of course, historically by men in a lot of cases, that they are these unrealistic depictions, sexualized, hypersexualized. Now, obviously, this chick has zero issue with sexualizing characters. I just showed you a tweet, but look, this was a book that was clearly like a cover, like, hey, I want her to look like a chick that you just see on the street. So that's what I want to draw. And that's what she did. Now, again, I don't know where she was going with this, but like maybe it's just like not Wonder Woman. It's some purple chick cosplaying as Wonder Woman. But still, man, you put it on the cover. I don't know what this is, man. Like this is incredibly like bad. It's just a bad depiction of Wonder Woman for a first issue variant. I mean, I don't know. There's been some goofy variants that go out there, and that's what some of them do. The covers, they dramatize things, but this is dramatization in the worst sense. That this looks like absolute trash. And yeah, like I say, it's not even about, at least for me, not even just about how she's built. It's just that, like, obviously this was a purposeful act. And it'd be one thing if she did this on her own art, which she does. But my thing is, if I commission you to do some artwork for me, and I have a character that it already exists, everybody knows about, your job is to give me a version in your style. I can understand that, but it still makes sense. It still is appealing. It's a cover. This is what people first see before they ever open your book. And it's the first issue at this. This ain't issue 25, right? This is the first. I don't know if this is going to be a number of tie-ins or if there's just a one-off. But come on, man. This is what you give us. This is what you give the people that read the books. And the people that are going to be like, yes, Queen Slay, I'm glad you drawing these girls looking like me, are not going to be at the comic book shop every Wednesday. They may end up getting out because this is getting ratioed. They may end up getting it out of spite, but that's it. Because those types do that. But that's the only time they generally do it. Like, it's not anything they probably had any interest in. Oh, so out September 29th. We're talking about the date. That's right there. Sorry. But yeah, what is it? And I look, you're going to see more of these goofy ass things. Like, they're getting people to write these characters that shouldn't be writing these characters. They're getting people to write these books that should not be writing these books. They're getting people to do the artwork that shouldn't be doing artwork for mainstream comic books. And I get it. It's not my decision to make. But when I say they shouldn't be, it's like these guys will intentionally run it into the ground because it's about them. It's not about the consumer with them. It's about, I want this to appeal to people that don't read books. Right? And like I say, men don't do that. Like, we don't do that, right? Like, we see these guys that are jacked, unrealistically jacked to the guilt, muscles on top of muscles. Talked about, I remember I did that video talking about Batman. Batman, like, one of these comics, he got cuts, like, all down. He just shredded and just popping out his suit. And I ain't never known a dude to be like, whoa, man, that's just a unrealistic depiction of the male body. Men don't do that. We look at it and we're like, man, Batman's shredded, man. I gotta up it. I gotta up it in the gym. I gotta up it in the workout. You know what I'm saying? Like, he shred, like, that's what we do. We don't do stuff like that. But this is what some women unfortunately do, because they look at this as like something that is not right. Like, you're doing something criminal in the event that you draw women that that obviously are freaking athletes, Amazons, right? So they supposed to be built like, brick house, not you know what I mean? Like, that's what they built. They athletic, that's what they built like. But you at minimum think, okay, it's Wonder Woman 1984. So they're gonna do the Gal Gadot thing. Like, they went to the opposite spectrum. Gal Gadot, like, she's not the most she's not the most I don't want to, what is a word that I could say that would not, I don't want this to sound disrespectful, because I think she's a beautiful woman, but she's slim, let's just say that. There's nothing wrong with that. And she's on the opposite end of this spectrum, at least. Like, they went to go with this, like, semi-thick kind of chick thing. I don't know what this is, guys. But yeah, no, this is how she does it. Like, this whole galaxy kind of hair thing. Like, obviously that's what she's done. I was looking at some of her work. Like, that's what she does. This is trash. These are my thoughts. I know it's not much to say, but what else do you want me to say? It's garbage. So, but it's intentional. This is what these types do. Like I said, if they did it on their own, if she did it on her own, like, hey, for my fans, here's this Wonder Woman that I did, and they can say, yeah, it's Queen Slay, and buy it if that's what they do. But the problem is that this is like officially DC putting out this trash.